Ryan and I know, I'm going to be getting off at New Orleans, so we'll have another Ryan up here.
Okay, so I do know a lot about steam engine operations, especially on this one.
Okay.
Now I can tell you, you are firing, you are doing the harder job. You have to keep the pressure and water as they need to be.
Yep.
No, pressure goes too high, it's very loud. Goes too low, you can't move. Water goes too high, high damage. Goes too low, boom.
Yep. We'll run it about a 1.5 all the way around.
Thank you. Okay. So I know that this engine went on a refurbishment recently.
Came back from refurbishment, I believe, a couple weeks after we went down.
Yeah, I know that. Then the number 2 is down now.
Yes.
I hear they are doing this here in the roundhouse.
Yep. We don't know exactly when that's going to come back yet.
I understand.
To be determined.
Okay. She was the last one to run on 125.
Yes.
I know you. As you can see in the video now, number 1 is on 150 with the new boiler.
Squeeze past you.
Okay. So you've turned on the injector to add water. A side effect, the pressure will go down due to this.
Yes.
Oh, the whole idea of firing is to know what is going to happen ahead of time. You have to get the water up before you need it, get the pressure up before you need it.
Yep.
And you move the fuel valve very little. Small adjustments only. So there's a new rule that you have to blow the whistle once every time you stop?
No, not necessarily. Some of us do it just as an indication that we're stopped. but it's not necessarily a rule or a regulation, but it does indicate when you have come to a cruise stop.
Okay. I know the Walt Disney World Railroad has a rule on that.
Howdy.
Hi.
Each of the parks is a little bit different. We all have our own way of doing things in a way. For the most part, we still run like the big railroads do, but there are minor details in between each of us that is just unique to each one.
Yeah, I understand. They have tours, we have rides.
We have attractions over here, actually.
I mean tender rides versus Magic Behind Us Steam Train tours.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, they don't do any kind of tender rides. I believe they have behind-the-scenes tours.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. So,
And
I
what's
wonder if we're ever going to get the tour. I don't think so. Having a good day so far?
Yes, now it is the best part of it. First cab ride of the visit.
Very cool. Well, if you got any questions, anything,
Thanks.
let us know.
I know that the new route up ahead has some grades and slopes steeper than what the railroad ever had before.
it's
Would
about...
you like to explain how the grade works on the new route?
Up ahead, we've got about anywhere from 1% to a 1.5% grade.
For 2 trains.
Thank you very much. We start going uphill inside the tunnel just up ahead, and we continue going uphill until we hit our left-hand turn. After we hit that turn, it levels out, and we start going downhill from there down into Toontown. So that whole time, like I said, we're going up about 1% to 1.5% in some areas, and then after reaching the peak, we drop down most of that as we're coming back into Toontown. So we're coming in, we got to ride the brakes just a little bit, just to make sure that we don't come flying into the station. But compared to before, we're not really doing anything all that different. Beforehand, we did have a little bit of a grade, not quite as bad, about maybe 0.5% last time, but otherwise it's fairly simple, fairly straightforward. The equipment's able to handle it fairly easy.
Really? That's clear because we are pulling the heaviest train.
Yes, that's correct.
Excursion 3 is the heaviest. I've been on this engine before the refurbishment when she was pulling this set, and she had a very hard time taking off.
Yeah, before I went out for refurbishment, it was pretty bad. They added a lot of weight to the cab and the back head of the boiler, though, so it actually pulls quite a bit better than it did a few years ago.
Okay.
Nice.
I understand. They also rise the pressure, which I know rises the tractive effort.
Sorry, I didn't get that. One more time.
They also rise the pressure from 125 to 150,
Yeah.
which rise the tractive effort.
Sure did. Yeah, so between the increase in pressure to 150 plus the extra weight on the drivers, it does pretty good. She pulls nice.
So Hillcrest did their best to make the engine better.
Yeah.
Now it's time that they always do the same thing with the EP Ripley.
Yeah. I don't know. I would presume that when that engine does, eventually go for a full top to bottom rebuild, that they would do that. But
Okay.
as of moment, I don't know that there's anything planned.
As far as I'm aware, it's how it is right now is how it's going to be for a while.
the reason you are blowing the whistle and ringing the bell on the left turn, is it because you can't see?
That's correct. So the whistle that we're given is just a general alarm to indicate that we're in the area. And then the bell is to let, if there's any personnel in the area that doesn't know the train's coming through, we do have an access point back there, backstage. So the idea is, even though there's not supposed to be anybody back there, if they are there for any reason, then they've got a heads up that the train is coming through. And like you said, I can't see what's going on, so it gives them kind of a heads up. In case you see something, you can let me know and give us a little more reaction time.
I'm his eyes on the turn.
Okay. So why is the whistle not pulled long, short, long if there is a crossing?
I'm sorry?
So since there is a crossing there, why don't you long, short, long? Why do you just double whistle?
There's no crossing there, so it's just it's a long and a short, just to let people know that. Let anybody who might be there know.
Just a general alarm.
Ah, okay. Now I understand.
Yeah, there used to be a crossing back there, but
Back on the old route.
it's gone now.
Rest in peace, construction crossing.
Yeah.
And the original roundhouse too.
What's that?
Original roundhouse also gone due to Star Wars.
The old roundhouse, yeah, the old roundhouse is gone.
Okay.
So
So what was that signal that I saw just at the end of the left before the tunnel? I heard you guys say yellow.
So as was previously said, since I'm his eyes, we have that wayside signal on the side. So I'm just calling out whatever color the light is to him, so that way he knows. So as an example, as we were coming around the bend, the signal was yellow, meaning we were okay to head into Toontown. If the signal would have been red, I would have let him know, and by that time he probably would have already been stopping because of the cab signals. But just another level of precaution.
Ah, okay. No cab signal, if you have to stop it, it's yellow.
That's correct. If we have a green light, basically what the signals are telling us is the block zone ahead of us. So
I know.
if we have a green light, it means the zone ahead of us is completely clear and we can continue into it. If we have a yellow light, it means the zone ahead of us is occupied, so we can get up to the end of the zone that we're in, but we cannot go into the next one.
And if it's red, you have to stop immediately.
Yeah, if we get a red, then we stop where we're at, and that could be any number of reasons. Now we're not like a roller coaster, as you know, where
Yeah, I know.
they can't hit a big shiny red button and the train stop. We do have that emergency stop button, but if they push it, what it will do is it will give us the red light, and then we have to manually stop.
Ah, okay. I'm coming from Israel.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Quite the flight.
Yes, 14 hours.
Is that direct from Tel Aviv?
Yes.
Yeah. A long flight. I get about 13 days, and I'm headed to Thailand. That's like 15 hours to Hong Kong, and then 3 hours to Bangkok, and then going to Phuket, so it's another hour from there.
Yeah, Thailand is also a long flight.
Yeah. Here it's, both places, almost other side of the world. Isn't that crazy?
But still, it's better than Disney World, it's better than Euro Disney. This is the original and the best.
Think so?
Yes.
Me too. Me too. Have you seen the improvements they made in the diorama since your last visit?
Yes, it's really nice. There are more animals,
Yeah.
more projection. The thunderstorm is very scary.
It was pretty surprising. I like what they did with it though. It was really good. The lightning effect is particularly cool.
I wonder about it. Listening to the engine's tapping sound,
What's
I feel
that?
listening to the engine's tapping sound, it feels like the valves are probably a bit off. Is it true?
Yeah, the downtime is a little off on this engine, but they're working on it. It should be fixed within the next,
Okay.
I'd imagine, within a couple months. But it's hard to say. So,
Gotta get around to looking at one other projects.
but in the meantime, it's good enough to run. It's square enough to where it pulls pretty evenly. So
Okay.
it's not perfect, but
Not
it does.
exactly.
Well, I'm looking on worse engines.
Yeah. Me too.
we had another group. We said we did before we closed down.